The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Does anyone actually know what's going on here?
I literally have no idea. Help.
We're 20 whatever. Hi.
Hey. Hello, and welcome back to 20 Whatever, episode 69. Yes, we are 12-year-old boys.
Yes. Me setting the temperature from 68 to 69. I'm like,
Dude, anytime I see 69, I'm like, whoop. Like, I don't think I can never not acknowledge it. Ever.
No, I completely agree.
I'm like, ooh, 69.
Yeah. How old will I be until I stop doing that?
Right.
I wonder.
Maybe never.
On
your
never.
deathbed, they're like, and the time of death was, well, I guess it wouldn't be 69.
I'm like, literally, I'm like,
Literally.
the Meg.
I feel like that had to have been a joke before us, right?
So I remember being in middle school and a boy in our class, like an older boy, like yelling out like 69, like at random times, you know, and everyone laughing. I didn't know that it was a sex thing. I thought it was funny because he was yelling a random number.
Right.
Right? So like in
Right.
SpongeBob when they're like 24, ha ha ha.
Right.
I thought it was like that. So me and my friend that was like an inside joke for us from
I'm
math class.
Screaming.
Like, haha, 69. Well, my mom found like a note that we had been passing back and forth.
Always finding your
She,
shit.
poor girl. Oh, she just found it.
Okay, T.
I found
she
it.
was looking.
Yeah.
Wow, she
You're
found
so
a lot
right.
of stuff.
She always just happens upon these things.
Because I'm also remembering the, like, ass-eating one.
Yep, from MySpace. And she goes, do you even know what that is? Da, da, da. I'm like, yeah, it's a joke from math class. And she's like, no, it's not.
Damn.
So I thought it was funny before I knew what it was.
Right. And now it's extra funny.
Now it's extra funny.
You're like, wait a minute. Oh, this shit is hysterical.
You
Yes.
know how, like, you know how the Cancer zodiac sign is, like, 69, but it's, like, you know, on its side? Mm-hmm. So
I didn't know that.
Oh, my God, yeah,
And the way you
it
said
is.
it also, and on its side.
On its side.
It is on its side. You know, like, it's not like how we would write 69. It's like, you know, like the 69.
Yeah.
And so that's what their symbol looks like. My grandpa doesn't know anything about zodiac. I thought, why? That is not, he doesn't care about that. But we like walked by someone and a girl had the Cancer symbol on her shoulder. And my grandpa was like so mortified and like couldn't believe that somebody would do that to themselves. And like, and I was like 12 and I was like,
How do I tell him?
I was like, that's like the Cancer sign. He's like, Cancer? And I'm like, oh my God.
Not that kind of cancer.
Like, and then I was like, it's fine. That's not, it's fine. Because to try to explain that, I was like, we're already in too deep and we're already doing too much. But yeah, he was mortified. He couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. And he talked about it like the rest of the night. And I was like, bro.
He was like, on her body. She tattooed
Oh my
it.
God.
And it was, and I was like, oh my God. Like,
And like to love that position, I get it, but to have it tattooed on yourself, my God.
just advertising it to the world, I guess.
literally. I was
Meanwhile,
like,
she's just being like, I was
she's
born
just like,
in
I'm a
September
Cancer.
or whatever.
Right?
Cancer
She's like,
is.
I'm a Cancer.
yeah, she's just like, Cancer vibes.
Right.
My girl was like, you're a disgrace. Today, we're talking all about gift giving in your 20s, gifting on a budget, all things gifts, okay? It's the giving season. It's giving season. Have you seen those TikToks where they're like, I read this like it's giving season, not it's giving season? Yeah. Like, it's giving season.
It's giving season.
It's giving season. Yeah, it's a season of giving, season of living, laughing, and loving with your fam. So we thought this would be a great episode to talk about gifts and loving your people and how you express gift giving. Also, now that we're here, is gift giving anybody's love language here?
It's not my like love language that I got when I took the test, but I love giving gifts. I feel a little uncomfortable about receiving gifts. Like I feel like sometimes I don't know quite the right way to react. But like I look forward to Christmas so much to give gifts. Like I love being able to show affection that way of like getting someone something that's really personal or really creative.
Right.
And I just get so excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I like receiving gifts, but not because it's a gift. I'm more excited about what it could be. Like I get excited about like, oh my God, like what is it? Like, what's it going to be? Versus like,
mystery.
yes, I'm getting gifts. Like, it's not really about that. It's more of like, oh my God, this could literally be anything.
Like there are like I've heard of some stories where parents like give their kids coal sometimes, like to give them a little scare, you know, where
Yeah.
they're like, this could
See,
be potentially.
Santa brought you coal?
Yeah, I do remember hearing that story. I used to babysit these kids, and they were Jewish, so they would hear the stories from their friends, right? And they're
Right.
like, and I have a friend who said he was been being really bad lately, so his parents said like showed him one of the gifts that Santa's planning on giving, and it was coal. I was like, damn, the parents getting
Oh my
smart.
God.
Like that's
Yeah.
kind of, but also manipulative.
A little bit, yeah.
We do Santa, but we don't do any of the like naughty or nice surveillance stuff. We tell Grace like, oh, like Santa's like a fun tradition that we do. And Santa brings presents to kids who celebrate Christmas and believe in him.
Right.
And that's it. There's no like, and if you're good. It's like a little, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of weird.
right.
Like he sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. Like he's watching me.
Right.
And also,
Yeah.
I, as a parent, have a really strong boundary of like, I don't make threats I won't follow through on.
Right.
Like, I will never be I will turn this car around unless I genuinely will follow through on it.
Right.
Because I rarely
No empty
draw
threats.
I rarely do draw boundaries. And so when I do, I need her to know that like, I am so serious.
Right.
And so to say things like, if you're naughty,
Like you won't get any
Santa
presents.
won't.
like, of course.
and it's like, are you really not? It's gonna come
Well,
Christmas.
apparently those kids
That's-
did.
yeah, apparently they did get cold. So that's. I mean, they were for real.
I don't know if that's better or worse. Like at least they were.
I guess they were.
They felt
They fell
followed
through- fell through it, yeah.
But also like those poor kids.
Yeah.
I know, and I have seen. I feel like the videos of like the kids opening it up and they're like crying because it's cold, and the parents are like, "See, you have to yada yada yada." Like the parents are here are taking it very seriously, and I don't know. I feel like
I guess I would rather just be like, I will give you coal.
right,
you're
like
not-
I'm punishing you.
if you're not doing the things you need to do. I
But
don't
that's
know.
also so terrible. Imagine like if we did that to an adult. Imagine being like, "Okay, Dad, like things have been a little rocky in our relationship yet. Like
Here's
so
a
far,
gift.
here's your gift. Surprise! It's nothing."
Right.
Like that's
Yeah, I
so
guess that's so
bad.
tea.
That's so mean. Like I would be so sad. I feel like as
Yeah,
a
you're
kid,
right.
if I were to ever like, I understand that lesson. I would learn that lesson so hard.
yeah,
but I
yeah.
feel at the expense of like,
But I would be doing whatever it is I didn't do the last time because I don't want to get cold. Not necessarily because I
Right.
want to be
good.
good or whatever it is, you know, the circumstances. I would be
Yeah.
like, well, I don't want coal and I want presents, so I'm not going to cheat on a test. I don't know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
not because I shouldn't be cheating, but because
I want
presents.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I like that you're implementing like not surveillance situation.
Yeah.
Like even with the elves on the shelves, they are the ones that watch,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they're the ones because that you can like that's visual, right? Like, yeah, you could tell your kid that Santa sees you, but like where the hell is Santa? Nowhere. But you can put the little elf on the shelf and there it is.
You're like,
It's
I see
sitting
him
right there.
The kids are like looking at him
Yeah.
like, oh shit,
Yeah.
he's watching.
Yeah. My family did Elf on the Shelf with my younger siblings, and it wasn't about the surveillance as much. It was just more about like an extra like fun thing because my siblings were really into like the Santa. Like my dad would write a letter, eat the cookies, the milk, the whole thing. But they were catching on, and so I think we switched from like focusing on Santa to like the Elf on the Shelf. And every morning or every night when the kids would go to sleep, my dad and my mom and I would like set up a scene for like the elf. Like one time the elf like got all of my brother and sisters like toys and like put them on a train track and like tied them up. And like it was literally like a scene from Toy Story, like tied him up on the table and the elf was like tied up and like I think literally Thanos and like some other bad guy was like like threatening the elf on the shelf. It was like a whole thing. My dad ate it up. That was like his favorite thing ever. So we did like, it was more just like fun leading up to Christmas type vibe.
That's so creative and fun, and I like that.
Yeah.
That makes me feel like more open to doing it because we don't do Elf on a Shelf. And that really became a thing, I feel like, only a couple years after we were all kind of in our like Santa prime.
I missed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
the
missed it,
train.
too.
I didn't get it.
But nowadays, I feel like it's so common. If we probably won't just start it on our own, but like if Grace, when she's in like preschool or something, all the other kids are doing it, and she asks like,
Where's
"Can
that?"
we get an elf?" Then I'll
Right.
probably be like, "Sure."
Right.
And I feel like
It's
it
like
is
really fun. And to see them reaction, be like, oh my God, Thanos tied the elf up. That's so funny.
Yeah.
And the whole thing. And then they would get so excited to go to bed because they knew they were going to wake up and see something like crazy and fun.
Yeah, that's so I think as a parent, like if I had children, I would definitely lean into that kind of shit. Like when the parents put like flour out and they do take
and
their
the
shoe.
shoe tracks.
Like that is so extra, but obviously creates so much magic for those kids. And also I've been seeing on like my timeline, it's like I thank my parents for like creating that magic that like you didn't know, but you're like, right, like if the parents didn't set it up, you would not feel that Christmas magic. So like growing up, it's a little different because you don't have that Christmas magic that was created by your parents. Like you are like now creating the Christmas magic.
I feel like Christmas hasn't really felt like Christmas in like a long time. And like maybe we're just grown and obviously we're not writing letters to Santa and we're not getting the shoe tracks and whatever. But like even last year I was like, I don't feel the spirit. And like I don't know if that's just me and I'm going through it or like if that was like a result of like the pandemic, like COVID times. Like I don't know. It could be a multitude of things. But I was like, damn, like I want to feel like it's Christmas. You know what I mean?
You need to go caroling.
Oh, you would hate that and we would love that.
I know. You guys want to know something?
Please.
What?
Literally like a few days ago, Riayn was like, we should go caroling. And I was like, no. And he was like, why? It was, we could go and we'll get pee and we'll get in and all these people and we'll sing and we'll play. And I was like, I don't want to do that.
Yes, dude. I will come up to LA. Please. I will be right there knocking on your door. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry It's going to be so fun.
So Riayn is like, this is a personal hell.
Yeah, literally.
Wait, this is probably what Kenzie feels like when we're all singing theater. And she's just sitting there like, I don't know what's going on and when will it stop?
Yeah. I don't love that idea. But I support it. And if it will help me get into the vibes, then maybe it's necessary.
Christmas lights.
I do love Christmas lights.
Yes. Seeing the lights get me going. Like as soon as I put up my lights, I'm like, the vibes. I'm like,
it's Christmas.
The vibes.
Yeah. Gotta watch Christmas movies. I feel like the actual day I feel like all of December felt like Christmas until actual Christmas Day. Then I was like, oh, what happened?
Well, maybe it is like the truth of that where you're like expecting like aha, magic. And you're like, right, but it's still
just like a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like just like, what's that called? Like not hyping it up.
You got
just
the build up.
The build up for it to, it's like not really, it's just.
Because what the build up is to open up the gifts. Like, well, to see the kids open up the gifts now because you're now gifting to your younger siblings. And like, that's the excitement that you get. You're like the parent sitting there like, okay, it's time to open the gifts. Rather than running into your parents' room being like, wake the hell up, let's open the gifts.
Right. You're like, come on,
it's Christmas.
It's like 5 a.m.
They're like, oh my God.
When my siblings used to do that and it would be like so early, they'd be like, go back to bed, like it's not time. And they would just be sitting there.
Yep. My parents used to set like you cannot wake us up or come out of your room until this time. And my brothers, they were excited for Christmas, but they were not like unable to sleep like me. I was like, Santa's up on the roof and there's going to be presents. And like I was, oh my God, eating it up.
Right.
So I remember one morning I woke up, I checked my little like analog clock that I had and it was like 5:10 or something, and my parents had said you cannot come wake us up at 6. 6 is until 6. That's the absolute earliest. Hopefully later,
right?
But definitely not before then.
Right.
Me and my I don't know. I must have been like 6 or 7. Little creative mind was like,
I
know. Yep, that. I'll wind my clock from the back, and I can come in there and show them. Look, it's 6 o'clock,
dude.
Not like they have any other clock. So I take my I had like a whale and dolphin clock, and I open up the back, and I wind it up, and I run in there. Look, it's 6 o'clock.
Dude, I would give it to you just for doing that.
Yeah,
I'd be like, my damn kid.
And you know what? You deserve this.
Yeah.
I really thought this is the way. They're not going to figure it out. The clock doesn't lie.
Right. What'd they say?
I don't remember fully, but I think they let me like crawl into their bed but not get up yet.
Right.
But I was like,
Look!
I know.
She's holding the whale watch.
Right. And they're like, oh, Sierra.
Yeah. They look over at their watch at 5:20.
Right.
Girl. Girl. Back in the day, this was before you had cell phones, so like know that by this nightstand they had watched like the clocks.
Or the clocks, totally.
Because nowadays maybe you don't because people have their phones. But like back in the day, before the phones, we like had to have clocks.
Right.
To know what the hell was going on.
Right.
You guys buy them just for aesthetics sometimes. We like needed them back in the day.
You guys buy them for aesthetics. You sound so old.
I know, but it's true because you
It
don't
is.
really need one anymore, I guess,
Right.
because you do have a device that tells you what time it is.
Yeah, like telling time on like a hand clock, like you don't need to be able to do that anymore.
Kids still learn that, right?
I think they still learn it, but like, why?
Yeah. It's
I haven't seen a clock with hands in so long.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen one. Like where?
That's right behind the
I
stop
got
teaching the kids
doctor's office,
cursive.
I guess.
Yeah. That one's like on the way out. They're like, nah, well, they'll read it
It's
digitally.
digital. I mean, it is.
Well, I don't even think in school I learned what was it, military time? Where,
Oh yeah, I didn't.
yeah,
I
we
didn't
never
learn
learned
military
that.
time.
Yeah, I don't, and I feel like back in the day, like everyone knew.
Yeah.
Because that was the time, or maybe it was just more common. I'm not quite sure. But,
there was always that one kid who was like, I'm going to be an ROTC. And like always was like, you're like, what time is it? And they're like, 2100.
Yeah, you're like,
and had the watch.
I don't know. yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also like now that we're like talking about it, and I feel like I'm just like feeling like this is giving like parent, but like I have no idea when we stopped like with the Santa stuff with my siblings. Now that I'm like here, like, oh my God, we're not gonna like pretend that Santa's there anymore. But like,
Right.
didn't we do that last year? But I'm like, no, my siblings are like, like 14 and 16. Like we definitely didn't do it last year. I'm like, when did we stop? And did they say something? Was there
the
a
last time?
conversation?
You need to go home and,
I know.
and ask some
I have
questions.
questions because like I just don't even know when the last time was. And like, did they have a conversation? Did they ask, or did we just like, or we were just like, okay, like we know the vibes now?
Right.
Do you
What is
feel
that
like
like?
the Christmas magic was extended for you because of your younger siblings?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like maybe in a family where you didn't have younger siblings, you would have stopped when you were 10 or 11.
Right.
But instead, you're like
It literally kept
17
going.
and-
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. I probably kept going until I was like, probably until I moved out, and I was like 21, 22.
Yeah.
Damn, you're so right. I didn't even like think about it like that, but you're totally so right.
I feel like that's how it was for
Wow.
me because of Austin.
Right.
And when you were talking about like when did we stop, I remember Austin was like 10 or 11 and he still had never said anything of like Santa's not real or I don't know. He always was just like, yep, now we set out the cookies. And I remember my mom was like, should I like ask him if
Right.
he, you know? And my dad was like, I think he's just still going along with it because he knows once he stops, it's over.
It's over.
Ooh.
Also, that's so sad.
I know.
That's so sad.
Like,
But
as
my
a-
mom still does stockings for us.
Cute.
Oh, cute. We do stockings
sweet.
too.
Yeah.
Stockings
That's very
are
sweet.
fun.
That's very sweet.
I'm like, should we just like do Santa like for the vibes?
Just to pretend.
Yeah, like why not?
Like,
Let's
just
make
like,
cookies.
I
Let's
know.
bake cookies because that was like a thing that you would do together.
Yes,
like,
that's
Right.
why you
before
bake the
Santa.
cookies on Christmas Eve.
Right.
Which now being a parent, I feel like, especially last year, the holiday magic was fully back in full force. Like,
Okay.
because Grace's first Christmas, she was 6 months old. And so it was fun. It was so fun.
Right.
You know? But
But it wasn't giving like,
she wasn't like, oh my God,
I
Santa!
love this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
Last year was when that really started. And I feel like this year it is like full force.
girl, I feel like every day it's going to be like Santa.
Yeah, Santa.
Right. Oh.
Tell me more about Santa.
Which, speaking of Santa, they really like advertise him so well, specifically with Coca-Cola. I was just thinking about that. Like they used to advertise him really well. Like
God,
Santa
gee.
himself was advertised often,
Right.
right? Like I would see him crack a cold Coca-Cola.
Totally.
Yeah.
Him and the polar bears. Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's the Santa ads?
Where are the Santa ads?
Maybe Santa came after them with a copyright claim. Was like, how dare you
Period.
use my likeness? I am part of SAG.
Right.
Genius. No, yep.
That-
Brought
you're
it
right.
back to the last episode.
That-
Absolutely.
Have
No.
you guys seen those TikToks where it's like the old Christmas movies where they move like
Yes.
really weird, and then like you see the people like recreating them? So funny. And also like I'm like, wow, yeah, Christmas movies really be looking real weird.
We
Like the old ones.
Yes, we always watched those growing up because they were very nostalgic for my dad.
Like the Frosty.
Yeah, they didn't watch a lot of TV growing up, but they always watched that. And so to him, that was like, he was so excited to show us. And I remember me and my brothers being like, all right, this is weird, Dad, but whatever.
Yeah.
And there's the one
It
where
is
like
your
the little
thing.
elf wants to be a dentist. Do you remember that?
Yes. And also Why?
Yeah.
He wants to be a regular guy. He doesn't want to make
Ellen
toys no
Enchanted
more.
when the elf wants to be a lawyer.
Right.
Great
right,
film.
Right. They're like, I want to be more than just an entertainer.
Right.
I can't relate because
I know. I'm like, not me.
I know. I'm like, hello, my baby. So literally, I don't know. But before we continue with this Christmas chat, let's take a quick sec to head over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
Help us reach our
Yes.
goal before the end of the year, please, of
Yes.
100,000.
Imagine we get 50,000 subscribers in 2 weeks.
I can wish.
You can. That would be crazy.
Please help me.
Santa, if you're real.
This is my Christmas wish this year.
Truly, you're gonna get coal.
Bitch.
All right. Shall we hear from the group chat?
Yes.
Oh yes.
I have a message from Art. And they say, I've been watching the pod since the rebrand and have yet to miss an episode. I'm obsessed with the girl, gender neutral, chat vibes. Keeping up with the slumber party energy, I have a non-serious question. F, marry, kill. Fries, mashed potatoes, and tater tots. This is easy for me.
I also think this is easy.
Oh
Now,
my gosh, but this is potato in all options. Like,
It
I have
is.
to get rid of one of the potatoes.
It's potato on potato.
I
Yeah.
know. I want to hear from you
69.
guys first.
I'm going to kill tater tots.
Yep.
Okay.
Agree.
I like them, but it's all right.
Yeah, agree.
I'm marrying mashed potatoes. Gosh, I love mashed potatoes. Could not live without them. Want them there every day, every step of my life, every milestone, just me and mashed potatoes.
They make you feel
married.
cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd have a great marriage. And I think I'm gonna take the French fries to the bedroom.
Period.
There's sauces, so multiple dippings and stuff. I don't know. Oh my gosh.
I
Sorry.
feel like I'm close. I'm opposite. So yeah, I'm killing tater tots respectfully. And then I'm gonna fuck what do they call them? I'm gonna fuck
potatoes?
mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Cuz always a good time. You can always count on some mashed potatoes. Like they're really not going to let you down. You know,
Never.
tried and true. It's giving. We've been here before.
good
We know
old
what we're
OG.
doing.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
the booty call.
Exactly. The booty call I've had for like 5 years. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like we don't need to chat or anything. Let's
And
just
even
get
when
right
I
into
reheat
it.
them, they're still good.
They're still good.
Like, and on the side, like okay, sorry.
No,
But
it's
that's the thing,
okay.
you really only want them on the side.
Yeah. But
Whereas
you see,
for me, I could have that as a whole meal.
but the fries, marriage. I will have fries with any meal. It doesn't matter the cuisine.
It's tough.
I think I will have to marry mashed potatoes because they seem the most stable and just like I can always count on them. And
Yeah.
French fries, I want to fuck you because there's just so many different ways to have it. Like,
Yeah.
crinkle cut, like it's gonna be different.
It's giving-
and
yeah, it's
tater
giving-
tots, love you, but you gotta go.
Right.
Yeah, they just never hit the same way. And like you're kind of close to the hash browns where you're giving that crispiness.
See,
but like,
but I think hash browns and tater tots are different.
oh,
I
for
agree.
sure. I mean, just like in the essence of crunchiness, like that
Yeah.
kind of, and I do like that outside the tater, but it's not as strong as hash browns. I think I
No, I agree.
Do you
I feel
guys
like
prefer hash browns over
I
tater
prefer
tots?
hash browns over
What about you?
over
I
tater
prefer
tots.
hash browns over tater tots.
Me too.
But they have to have the perfect amount of crispiness. If they're
Right.
too floppy,
And that's why tater tots, I think, lose us because when you bite inside, it's giving squishy most of the time. Like they're not. It's not really crispy on the inside. Crispy on the outside, but on the
So
inside.
what do you? Okay, but what about like the hash browns that you get at like
IHOP.
let's say IHOP
Oh.
versus
Oh, love it.
like the hash browns that you get like fast food.
Oh, like
that's
the-
like
like-
curved and it's like
I want the like table restaurant ones.
right. Okay, I
Yes.
just had to make that clear because
I feel like the fast food ones are just a tater tot.
Yep.
yeah, just big.
Yeah.
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 It's like a flattened out tater tot, like the McDonald's ones that they have.
I did
those-
like when that stuff was going viral during 2020 with the avocado toast, but it was a hash brown with that
Trader
shit was
Joe's?
so
Yes. I haven't tried that.
It
What
was
is in it
so
again?
good. It's the hash
Potato.
brown or yeah
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. They have them in like pre-stacks. Those guys.
Yep,
Gotcha.
from Trader Joe's,
Yep.
and they look like the McDonald's ones.
Yes.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And then avocado.
Avocado.
And then obviously if you want, red pepper flakes, whatever, egg. And then
egg.
I put hot honey on it.
Oh,
Also from Trader Joe's.
girl.
So good. I made them for everybody. We all had it and it was great.
That sounds really good. And
It's
I have
so
not.
good.
I have always seen the videos, but I think I like left it, didn't save it, and was like, what is actually on it?
It's
I'm gonna do
so
it.
good. I made it during a lockdown when we were also baking bread every day.
The banana bread bitch. You were one of those banana bread making
I was
girls.
yeah, I was.
I
But it's
love
so
that,
good.
though.
And honestly, a lot of people were eating, like they were like it's also just a really good breakfast and it's like easy and it's fast and
Yeah.
it's filling. It's you got eggs, avocado, hash browns.
Yeah.
Giving.
Writing it down. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So in your 20s, you're all adults. Woohoo. gift giving. How do you feel about it? I feel like it's so different because you have so much more autonomy over your personhood.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I love giving gifts. Where I struggle is who to give to.
Yeah.
You know, when you're a child, it's very cut and dry.
Right.
You give
It's
gifts.
like your parents, your siblings.
Your siblings, yeah.
That's
That's
it.
Maybe a friend.
Right.
Right? And then when you get a little older, it's, oh, okay, do I want to... And then it's that awkward thing of, do you want to ask the friend if you're going to exchange gifts? Does it need to be both ways? I feel personally so bad if someone gives me a gift and I don't have something to give to them.
Yes.
Which I know it doesn't have to be the case, right? It doesn't have to be, oh, I'm giving you something and you're getting me something. But I always feel like iffy about it, you know?
Right.
And so it's always one of those things to figure out of like, okay, I love giving gifts when I know who I'm getting a gift for.
Right. Because also I feel like too, when you're young, not only is the gift giving pool small, your parents also got the gift and wrote your name on it.
I was literally
and just said, you know what I'm saying? Like you also like don't have to think.
Right. Like your parent is like, hey, so it's Susie's birthday, or we have to, like, they are the ones telling you, and then you go out and pick and you're like, all right.
And you're like, cool, this is what we're doing.
Yeah. And so where do we go from mom is like, hey, we need to get a gift for this person to like, oh my gosh, I need to think about
who I want to give the gift to, and I need to think about what to give them.
Yeah. Because like in school, like to keep it equal, it's like we're giving gifts to everyone. If you do cookies to the classroom, we bring you cookies to everyone. Mm-hmm. So when do we switch okay, we're not doing that anymore
I feel like middle school, high school is kind of when you start like, because you have like your close like friend group. I feel like once you start getting your friend group, that's kind of when you guys are like, oh yeah, like let's do a gift exchange or something like that. Also, if you're a part of like any group or like team or something like that, right? They'll do like, oh, we'll do a team gift exchange or like white elephant or something like that. But that still isn't like super intentional.
Right.
Well, I feel like I started like the first time I was like super intentional about a gift was when we would do Secret Santa. Because then, right, okay, I have Jess. Okay, let me think about what Jess likes. And then I have to go and do the thing and buy it for, you know, whatever the price limit is for the team that I am in at 12. And I feel like that was like the first time I like was like, oh, right. I'm thinking about what other people want as presents, not just what I want.
Right.
But like now I'm like, there's so much freedom.
And when I'm shopping for my friend, I always end up shopping for myself. What is that about?
Right.
I honestly fall guilty to that because I'm like trying to put my head in like what they would want. And I'm like, well, I would really want this.
Yeah.
Like it just
like if I got this, this would be great. Right. You're like, right. But do they want this thing?
Right. You're like, oh, okay.
And I also feel like the other thing that makes it a little bit stressful too is like price ranges too. Because you never like, you know, especially if two people are if like we're getting each other gifts and I give you a $300,000 gift and you buy me a pack of gum, you feel weird a bit maybe, and then maybe I feel weird. But it's like, I feel like that's what takes the fun out of gifts. Like you're not supposed to be giving somebody a gift because what you expect something in return, and you're not getting them a $300 gift because you want them to get you a $300 gift. Like the whole point is I saw this thing, or I sought out this thing to give to you because I wanted to give it to you.
Right.
And I feel like sometimes it gets lost in that, especially like in big families I've experienced where it's like you have 12 brothers and sisters, so there's like a shit ton of people, just so many people.
Right.
And we would get together for Christmas, and I feel like sometimes it became about like who brought the better gifts, because there are so many people from different parts, and like we all come together for Christmas, and like it's the first time we're seeing each other in maybe a year. So like you bring a whole duffel bag just of like stuff for the whole family, you know? And sometimes I feel like you get lost in the sauce of like, oh my God, but I didn't get that person a gift. And you're like, there's so many of us, which is what ended up happening because, you know, we would do this whole like pass it out. And then at the end we just like open it up. And we were like, there's just so many of us. What if we do like a white elephant kind of situation?
Right.
And that helped our family so much because we're like, we're starting to lose like
the point of this,
the sense of it all.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, we stopped doing gifts with my cousins because we would always do gifts with them. And then I remember one year my mom and my aunt were like talking, you know, they're just like hanging out over a glass of wine, and they realized that they were basically just exchanging gift cards back and forth at this point. Because the kids were old enough that a lot of the time they were just like, I don't really know what you want. I'm going to give you a gift card.
Right.
And they were like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, and it becomes Amazon gift card. You're each giving like $50 Amazon Best Buy. You're like, what are we doing?
Let's just.
So we switched to doing first a Secret Santa and now a white elephant. so much more stress-free, a lot less wasteful, so much more fun. And what I think is really interesting, I've seen on TikTok, a lot of people most people don't do white elephant the way that I grew up doing it, which was you're re-gifting something. You don't buy something for white elephant. Maybe you go to the thrift store if you want something like different or you don't have anything.
Right.
But usually you're giving something that you already had.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so
That's
I saw
how I've done it.
Yeah. I saw people on TikTok talking about how white elephant is really wasteful and, you know, people are just buying these gag gifts that other people don't want. I'm like, buying? Who's been buying stuff?
Right.
Like, we always re-gifted things or, you know, maybe go to
Yeah.
the thrift store to get, like, the weirdest thing you can find.
Right.
So to me, I was like, I thought white elephant was, like, the more sustainable way to do it.
right.
That's how I did it as well.
Okay.
And it was like you literally only bought something if you actually like had nothing.
Right.
Which, by the way, how do we feel about or regifting?
For white elephant, fully on board.
I don't hate regifting. I think just like a lot of things, you know, there's a way to do it. I think if you, for whatever reason, cannot get a gift, can't afford a gift, don't use the thing at all. It's just there. I don't think there's anything wrong with regifting it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you've used half of the lotion, no, don't regift it and say I bought this for you. Like that's not
Yeah.
the tea. But I think it's sustainable. It's also like if you simply can't afford anything, but you want to give a person a gift, and it's also like decluttering. If you have this thing that you've just been sitting there and you haven't even touched it or looked at it or opened it, please give it away.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think it's more about the intention, right? Is it, I have this thing that I think this person would love?
Right.
Or is it, I have this thing that I don't really want? Well, I guess I'll give it to them. I didn't have a gift for them anyways, right? It kind
Right.
of comes down to the intention.
Right. Yeah.
We started doing like because I have a really big family too, and when we were younger, it was easy because you could just get them like a toy, right?
Right.
But as you grow up and it's like harder to shop and do the things, my family started doing one gift per family.
Oh, I like that.
So, we would think about like, oh, this family really likes board games. We'll get them a board game. This family really likes to go out to eat. So we'll get them a gift card to go out to wherever the fuck. So it's like, and I was like, oh, that makes so much more sense versus getting like all my aunts and uncles and all their kids, like so much shit. Like, what are we doing
It's so
here?
many people.
It's so many
I'm like,
people.
there's 50 of us.
Literally,
What the hell are
literally.
we doing?
And like, and also we're all looking at each other like, Christmas was expensive this year. I'm like, we didn't need to do this.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, we didn't need to do that.
For sure. For sure.
I was gonna say, I took it one step further with my family. There's this website called Elfster that's really helpful for like white elephant or like
Cool.
gift exchanges and stuff. And we're bi-coastal. My siblings are on the East Coast, so it was really helpful. And we did like everybody could get somebody a little something, but you got assigned one person in our immediate family to like go balls to the walls for.
Right.
And so
that's fun.
and we rotated every year. And so it worked nice being like, oh, I don't have to get, 5 people the best gift ever.
Right.
I'm going to focus on I got my dad, so I'm going to get him A, B, C, and D.
Right.
And then I'm going to get like cute stocking stuffer-esque things for the other members of my family. And it made it
Yeah.
like much more fun.
I
Yeah.
like that.
I
It
like
took a
that
lot
too.
of pressure off. And it was also helpful because we did it, I think, year 1 of the pandemic because everything was just so stressful and everyone was like on and off of being able to go to work, and it just
Right.
like made the most sense.
I have this problem where I literally do not know what my mom wants. I know the things she enjoys. I know the things she likes. I could like say things, but she also is a person that will just buy whatever she wants whenever she wants it. Like if she's like, oh my God, I saw these shoes. If I don't get them in that moment, she will just buy them the next day. Like
Right.
that's just how she rolls.
Yeah.
She knows what she wants.
She's one of those people that's like tough to shop for.
It's so
Yeah.
it's impossible.
yeah.
It's impossible. And so I'm like, what do you want? And then I ask her, I'm like, what do you want? She's like, oh, you don't have to. And I'm like,
Well, I'm gonna get
girl,
you something.
shut up. Like, help me. And then I'm looking at my dad. My dad's like looking at me and
He's
I'm
like,
like,
I was
oh
gonna
my
ask
God.
you.
Literally.
My
And I'm
dad
like, oh my
asking me.
God. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's so hard. And so I feel like, and then all of us, right? Then the other kids are like looking at me and we're all looking at each other. And I'm like, and I feel like doing something like that would kind of take the load off a little bit.
Yeah.
To like, we each have somebody, or I guess I could do this now that the kids are a little bit older, is be like, hey, we collectively as children
Get her.
is gonna get mom one thing that we're all gonna do.
Oh, I like that.
Instead of you also, and they
Yeah.
don't really have any money,
Right, of
And not to
course.
judge, I don't really have any money, but they really don't have any money, and so it's like we are. Gonna
Let's
do
put
this
our pennies
thing.
together and get something special for mom, and
That's
mom
like-
would appreciate.
And that's
the
not
kid.
just like bullshit. In respect to the kids, I know they can only do what they can do, but it's like we can do so much more if we just like do it together.
And it will be more meaningful because your mother, as much as she'll love that gift, will know that it's on behalf of the children, knowing that the children got together,
They came
talked about
together.
her,
Right.
spoke about what are we going to get, Mom, and just thinking about her. And she's like, wow, that's so thoughtful that my children even got together to do this for me.
Right. My dad, you're on your own. Sorry. I don't know. You got to figure that one out on your own.
You should really try the Elfster thing because it lets
I think
each
I am.
person create a profile. And so you put, especially if it's going like bigger family, like cousins or other where you're not maybe in the same city, each person puts in their address. So it like automates a lot of the things that go with gift giving and a lot of the like overhead admin. But also each person has to make their wish list. So your mom has
I
to put
love
exactly
that.
what size shoe she is now.
I love it.
The colors she might want in this pair of top. You know what I mean?
I like that a lot.
Do your family still do like Christmas lists?
I don't. The kids probably do to some extent,
But your parents
but
don't.
my parents don't. No, and I haven't done it with them in like I don't even know how long.
See, my whole family still does Christmas lists, and honestly, I feel kind of weird about it because I feel like most people don't, and it gives like I don't know from the outside, I feel like it can give like here's what I want,
Right.
here's what you can get me. But if my family doesn't send their list by like before Black Friday, I'm like, hey everyone, send your list because I
Right.
want to know what to get you. So we
Right.
all send lists, and that's so helpful because I want to get my people in my family something useful and that they'll love. Or what I do a lot of the times is experiences that we can do together.
Yeah.
And that's something that I feel like I started doing a lot because one year my brother, for his Christmas list, he had like a couple practical things. And then he just put experiences, I just want to spend time with all of you. Aww. And I was like, first of all, you're adorable.
That's
Second
so
of all,
sweet.
like, of course I want to do that. And I would
Right.
like make a little coupon and like plan a fun thing.
Yeah.
And so I love doing that. But the Christmas list is like genuinely so practical, but I feel like the older you get, it feels a little weird.
Because I'm not asking for like Barbie dream house. Like
Right.
I'm probably like, well, I probably want something expensive or practical, like groceries. I'm
I know.
like, I guess you can buy my like then it feels like weird.
Yeah.
Feels
it does.
weird.
Yeah, I feel like I only hear from like my grandma being like, so send me your Christmas stuff. And I'm like, it's giving an Amazon gift card or something. I want to think of something that's like not money because to give, like, she's like, I will want you to open a gift. So I'm like,
Right.
I need jeans. Like, get me some jeans, girl, or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Because at some point I feel like it's you're just getting things and you're like, I don't actually like need this.
Right.
That's
yeah.
why I like doing the experiences because it is
Right.
a gift. You're saying I'm going to pay for this thing.
Right.
But it's also not a physical, tangible thing. It's an experience that you do together. And it also kind of forces you to like make plans with the people that you love.
Yeah.
We are so huge on experiences. My mom, it has been always from the get-go, like, I don't feel like gifts are like, she's like, I don't know, it's just too much. We're always so worried about the gifts and I'd rather just be with you. So don't ask me what I want. Like, I just want to spend time with you. So she kept saying that so much that I was like, all right, then I'm going to be like, get you tickets for this event or things like that. And just, and it's nice because in that moment she opened up the tickets and was like, oh my gosh, like you got me tickets. She has been wanting to go see Pink in concert for so long. So for her birthday, I got her Pink concert tickets. And so in that moment, it was like amazing. But then the time that the concert came, it was like birthday times 2. So we got to have that
Right.
experience of like
Right.
that. So I'm like, honestly, it's a gift that gives twice.
Yeah,
So-
it's a gift that keeps on giving.
yeah. Or just like taking a class, like going to a paint and sip with me. Like a
Right.
coupon like that. I have a close friend of mine that she gives the most amazing gifts. And one time gave me a coupon for like to go to a winery together and have some tastings.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
Sweet, so thoughtful, and because it's hard for us to get together, but that's like a gift that's like, girl, we have 1 year to expire. Let's go to the winery and like taste these things. So, so huge on experiences. I love that.
Yeah.
Huge.
I think I'm gonna try that because I'm also just having a hard time, and also my siblings are at a really weird age too, where I'm like,
Again, you're not getting them the Barbie dream
What?
house. When they stop circling the toys in the Target catalog,
we're
then
like,
it's
oh shit, like, oh my God, what do you even like?
If you put like a coupon for you were like telling like your sister, you're like a trip to the mall and you can pick out anything you want from the store.
Right.
Like that, she'd be like, oh my God. She gets
yeah.
exactly what she wants. You get to have the experience of like picking out something with her and that
Right.
item is like gifted by you because you'll be paying for it. So, but like it's in addition a trip
Right.
to the mall.
yeah,
Right.
and the time with you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also I think part of the gift is saying, I think especially when it comes to like a sibling, I want to spend time with you. So let's go do this thing. I want to pay for it because I want that time with you.
Make it a crafty Christmas. Oh, we're getting together and we're like doing something.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even, there's so many.
There's a lot of things. I think also too, like, just in life and like especially right now, like it's not everybody has like so much time and so much money to spend on gifts for literally anybody. And I feel like because of TikTok, honestly, this sounds like so weird, but because of TikTok, I have been so crafty. Like I used to be really crafty when I was a kid. Like I was the DIY queen. Like I just loved all that stuff. And then I got over it and haven't really done it a lot. But like this year, just watching TikToks and seeing other people be super crafty, I'm like, oh my God, like I can like actually make a lot of my gifts this year.
Yeah. And how amazing is a handmade gift?
Like so
So
and especially
amazing.
if it's like practical.
Yeah.
I did a craft night with a few of my girlfriends, and we did air dry clay.
Oh, I love that.
And so, and I had never worked with clay before, so I was like, girl, this is a lot. And it took a long time for me to get it together, but I made an ashtray. But it was so cute. I made it into a heart, and I put like 1996 in the middle and like painted it, and it was so cute. And I was like, wow, that was like very easy and fun and also practical. And I was like, I could do this for somebody else. Like I could make things, with the clay and do this thing for someone else. And like, that's like practical. Cause also I think sometimes when people think of like crafty gifts, it's like,
macaroni necklace.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. But like nowadays, there's so much that you can do
Right.
Totally.
and make that people like care about. I'm like, if you're going to buy someone a candle, you can literally make a candle.
Yeah.
You can make the
And
candle.
if you don't know how to make candles, then you're not
TikTok. There's no excuse.
Or gift a candle making class. To the
There you
person.
go.
There you go.
There you go.
But also, Etsy. They
Oh
be-
my God,
Yes.
Etsy.
Let me say, Etsy, you guys, if it's available and can deliver to you, that place is so magical because I can put candle and it will be so many different kind of handmade
The
candles.
personalization of Etsy is
Yep.
unmatched.
I love the personalization, the customization. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I
Same.
am such a slut for those customization shit.
No,
oh my
truly.
God. For her birthday this literal past year, I remember I was like, what am I going to get her? Because also, what am I going to
It's-
get you?
it's the same situation
It's the
where you're
same
like, what are we doing
situation,
here?
and
Yeah.
this was when we had like just moved out, and I was like, I want to get her something that she like has with her like all the time or just something on her. And I was like, I'm going to, because we're always so nostalgic and like always looking back at photos of us. And I was like, I'm going to get her like a little custom keychain with our 2 favorite photos on both of them. So she can always have them on her new house keys. And like, I know that is super minor or whatever, but like thinking about it and getting it for her, I was like, oh, like, look at this dumb little keychain that I
Right.
love. And it's so sweet and it's so small. And like, no, it's not the grandest gift, but like,
Right.
but
But
love.
it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be.
It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be.
Yeah.
I feel like we kind of get stuck in like the more expensive, the bigger,
Yeah.
the better. When it's like, yeah, you could have got me like, I don't know, anything so expensive. I've been like, oh my God, period.
Yeah.
But you got me the keychain and I cried.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
Right.
like what's better? You know what I'm saying? Like just the sentiment of like that, and like now I have the fucking things on my keys, and it's like so cute, and I'm like, P. Like, I think that there's just more value in, and maybe it is a super expensive, and that's fine. I'm not saying don't do that. If you got it like that, get it like that. But I think that there is something so special about like just taking the time to create something, make something, or even just like find something that's so niche
Yes.
and like so specific to that person. Like I think that's the thing about gift giving or gift receiving that is my favorite part. Like,
Yeah.
yay, getting gifts, but like I'm like, I can't wait to see what you like picked out for me. Like that's like, and I'm like, oh my God, like I didn't even think I said that one thing 2 years ago and you remembered, and it's like there's something so like beautiful about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That like, that's the drugs.
Oh, that's
Totally.
so sweet.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah.
And
I agree.
I in talking about like Etsy and stuff, the holidays and specifically on Etsy is such a great way to support like small businesses and artists. And it's an opportunity to like give something really personal and something different, and also support these small businesses and
Right.
and creatives.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I also feel like oftentimes just like way cooler shit. Like really cool stuff that you cannot buy at Target. Like you simply can't get it there.
Right.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I do have a list of some customizable gifts that I would like to give on some ideas that I have given before. Like I've given this as a gift and it hit. It really hit. So
period.
Let me tell you, and you can look up on Etsy. There are so many variations of these products, but like this is like a little head start. Number one, the one that totally hit was a custom coffee mug with photos.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Because it's a coffee mug, usually coffee, tea, water.
Right.
Most people love the coffee cups, and just like every time you pick up that cup, it feels so special, and I get tears. My parents, I got them one of just like all of our little animals and like one of us, and like it's just like that mug, and it's super special. So custom mugs. Another customizable one is a custom tote bag with like text or images. Ooh, like, you know, like those recyclable bags where it's just like the misses or the... We go grocery shopping. We need to be using recyclable bags.
Right.
A tote bag, you guys.
Right.
Something that says bestie or whatever, you know?
You can also get plain ones and like paint something on them too. Like if you go to Michael's, you can like totally just like create your own thing.
A DIY moment, you guys.
I told you.
Or if you have a Cricut, you can use that.
Oh,
with
the like
cutout vinyl.
And another one, a custom cutting board. Okay, so this is also another thing. In the kitchen, I got one that said like my last name, and it was like the Malfavones, and my mom was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Right.
Like she also doesn't like want to use to cut anything on. I'm like, Mom. She's like, no, this is my cheese board platter now. Like, you know, and so like obviously you be cutting stuff, so get one that's like for cutting or for. It's just like such a sentiment that you can just write something or like the year or just something so minor to customize it.
Yeah,
and helping out small business. Oh, love that.
I have a few too that I really liked. You can also cut, like you can get, what are those called? Planners or calendars, but you can also like customize those. Like it could be every month is like a picture of whoever, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like really fun and also practical. Everybody needs a calendar. Everybody needs a planner. Also, I don't have a car, but I'm really interested in the car, like the cup holder things, the koozie things. They're like little, what are they called? They go inside with the cup holders, and you put your. I'm gonna show you a picture.
No, I know, and it makes it bigger so you can fit all the different sizes.
No.
That one?
Wait,
no. These are literally just for aesthetics.
Oh, I was thinking there's one that I've seen,
and they go right in the thing, and you can just set them on there.
See.
They're like coasters.
Gosh, it's
They're
literally
coasters,
like
but they fit
car
inside
coasters.
your car. Yeah, in your car little console. They're so cute. And like, again, I don't have a car. I don't have a need for that, but like, I want them still.
Those are cute coasters. Maybe
So
you could get those
cute.
little coasters for just like coastering on the table.
You're like, what if you can get those coasters for me?
With what? Gosh.
Oh, yeah, tea.
God.
But customizable things I think is like just one extra way to like show that you like, you know, really think about that person or whatever, and put that little extra personalized touch is just so nice.
Which also coasters, things like that on Etsy. So many different ones, like gorgeous ones with porcelain.
If these people are sports fans, there is so much sports gear and stuff like that on there. Music too, like
really
art
like
posters,
whatever interest.
literally anything.
Yeah.
Literally anything. You can shop for everybody on Etsy.
Yeah.
This is not sponsored by Etsy. I wish it
should
was.
be.
It should be.
I have a couple small business gift ideas that I want to share as well.
Give it to us.
So one of my favorite things, I have reordered this every year since I found her shop. It's an Etsy store, Shop Studio Kyra, and she does amazing hand lettering. And so she makes cards and tags and all this kind of stuff that she does hand calligraphy with. And every year I buy personalized gift tags that just in the most beautiful lettering say the name of the person. And
I love that.
I don't even have to say who it's from because everyone knows the pretty tags are from me.
Right.
And it is such a beautiful touch. It makes the wrapping so much more gorgeous. She also sells beautiful holiday cards if you want anything. She is an independent artist. It's a Black-owned business. She's amazing. Love, love, love her. Check out Studio Kyra. Also, another Etsy shop, Shop Hoop Mama. She does cross-stitch family portraits. So, in a little, think embroidery hoop.
Okay.
She will hand stitch a portrait of your family and then put the name at the bottom. So
Oh my God.
we
So sweet.
did one before I had Grace. That was me, Steven, and the dogs.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And now we have one with Grace in it.
Aw.
And she put the little like Disney castle in the
You're
background.
going to need another one.
Now we're going to need another one. But it's such like a beautiful personal gift to give to someone. And especially if they have like a new addition to the family, whether it's a dog or a baby or a hamster, whoever.
Right, right.
Add it to the portrait. And then last, one of my favorite baby brands, Rooted Baby Co. They are a Black-owned business that creates the most beautiful and functional baby products. And they're all about like reflecting the business owner and her family's culture from Ghana.
Oh,
and
period.
They're stunning. Oh my God.
Oh, my God.
The prints on these swaddles and blankets, beautiful.
Love that.
The texture of the fabric is like unreal. If you know someone who's having a baby, check out Rooted Baby Co. Also, they make these bibs that are silicone and have like a pouch in the front.
Oh, I've
To
seen
catch the
those.
food.
Yes.
They catch the food. And they're so easy to wash. Those were like our go-to bibs for Grace. Like definitely going to be getting more for this baby. And like just an amazing way to support a business owner and celebrate their culture, whether that is your culture or you are wanting to, you know, introduce other cultures to your family and your children.
Right.
It's a great way to do it that's very authentic and actually coming from someone who's part of that community. But the products are just so beautiful. The quality is amazing. And it's just like such a great way to celebrate another culture. All of these businesses that we're talking about, we're going to link in the description. I think there were a couple more you wanted to talk about, right?
I just wanted to mention the coasters, the car coasters, and the planners and everything. This is by Allie Blair Co. on Etsy. So, like she said, we'll have them linked below. But I just wanted to mention that.
And I did want to mention quick for the keychain, and I've actually bought a couple of other personalized. It's like blank space gifts. Great. Blank space gifts.
Period.
I've got a blank space, baby. Oh,
I know that one. And I'll
write your name.
Yeah, I know that one.
Oh, write that one
was
down.
on the
She
radio.
knows that one.
I know all of the Taylor Swift songs that have been on the radio.
Yeah.
I know them.
Did you see the comments on the episode from a while back where we were
Yes.
talking about Taylor Swift and they were like, Riayn will be a reputation girlie. She just needs to
They
give
were
it
like,
a chance.
"Don't fight it." I'm like, I will. I'm gonna fight it
with both
until there's no reason for me to fight it anymore. I will fight it.
You against the Swifties. Pow, pow.
I'm not gonna win.
No, you will not
I
win.
won't win that battle.
Sorry, so off topic. Which fandom do you think has just the most like absurd like fans around it? Because Taylor Swift's pretty up there.
I absolutely think that they are 100%.
You think they're the number one?
Yeah, absolutely. Just yes, yeah. I'm not even gonna. Yes, I was gonna try to like give you an explanation. No, I don't
No.
need to. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think.
And the Barbs.
The Barbs.
Nicki Minaj fans are wild. as well.
I was gonna say
Arianators are a lot
yeah,
too.
they're
I feel like there are people who love Taylor Swift who are kind of like all levels of delusion. And like I fall somewhere in there. But I feel like the people who love Ariana are all just at the top of that. Mm-hmm. You know? Like there's not really levels to it.
yeah. She'll do no wrong, and they're like, "That's fine," and I'm like, "All right, well, perhaps I don't know."
That's how I feel about all three of those fandoms. I think they're all just like way too much. And maybe I'm just like, I don't love somebody so much that like it's like, I don't know.
Well,
like,
that speaks to you and not wanting to live in Delulu because
Yeah.
Okay,
you
T.
love Justin Bieber, but you will not live in delusion knowing that what you know
I,
about
like,
him, and so you're like,
literally-
I'm not going
Right.
to fight for his battles because he's
No.
but a human and but a man, and to stand by everything he's saying, probably not.
And I don't even care about his personal life. Like, I think that's the other thing, too. I'm not interested. I, like, literally do not care what he does outside of making music. I'm here for the music.
Right.
And if he looks good, great. But if he doesn't, I literally don't care.
if
And
he's
I don't care who he's
stomping
married to.
around.
And I don't care. Like, all that stuff is,
Yeah.
like, so unimportant to me.
Yeah.
But, like, I think the fandoms and people, like, so into it, like, care about the details of the human outside of the art.
And in their lives,
Yes.
that is fabricated.
That's also fake.
I know. No, right. I think that's why I can't get behind it because I'm like, so
I'm
much
like,
of his PR.
This is
Yeah.
all
You know?
of it. Like, everything you see, they want you to see.
everything's you guys. Everything.
Everything's intentional.
yeah. I'm like, it's content that's being created because
It's all
edited.
content, baby.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway.
that's probably why.
Yeah, I just can't live in that delusion, and I think they're all a bit wacko.
Meanwhile, me and P are like, being Delulu is the
but
Salulu.
literally,
It
I
is.
wish.
Yeah.
I wish I could participate a bit more. I'd probably be happier.
I'm
serious.
Dude, ignorance is bliss, truly.
Sometimes it is.
I know.
I know.
It's devastating, but it
I'm
does
here like,
bring bliss.
I am sad. The world is sad. We are all sad. I'm like, if I could just like not, that would be great. Anyways, back to what we're doing. Gift giving. I have 2 more that I think are just like great, practical, won't break the bank, chill vibes. If you know somebody who is a coffee lover and you can't get with them to get a coffee or anything, send them maybe like $5, $7 so they can go. And like a little cute text like coffee on me. They can go to Phil's Coffee. They can go to Dunkin', whatever. And just like, that's like enough. Imagine like somebody texts you and they're like, coffee on me today. You're like,
That's so nice.
oh my God.
No, absolutely.
Oh my God.
It's just unexpected. Such it's a small little gesture that you're like, wow.
You're like, wow, I was gonna buy my coffee anyway.
And when I get my
Yeah.
coffee, I'm thinking of you, and as I'm sipping it, I'm like, provided
like, it's
by.
so sweet. Yeah. I also think about like anyone that's like in any sort of like art or like media, like photographers, videographers, anything like that. If you can, and you know somebody is looking for like maybe they need like a headshot or like a family photo, being like, hey, I'll take your family photo, or I'll gift you like a headshot or something like that.
Ooh, I
like,
love that.
Yeah.
if you can spare that like what's that called, that like free session, I feel that would obviously that goes so long and it's so deep and it's like something you already do, and
Yeah.
I feel like it's a nice gift.
Absolutely.
Like everybody wants a nice photo of them or their family.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
And photographers offering those.
Yeah.
Great. I love that.
Yeah.
Speaking of family photos, by this time, our photo session will have gone live.
Oh yes. Our family photos.
When you were talking about that, I was like, yeah, and like for Christmas cards, I was like,
Right.
oh, we're doing a Christmas card.
We are doing a Christmas card. Yes.
If you want to see that, head over to the 20 whatever Instagram because
Absolutely.
we're going to JCPenney.
Yep. We're doing it big.
Yeah.
From our home to
yours.
yours.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
is it, the corny? It's like, yeah, from our, what is
From our I don't think that's are you doing the JCPenney like jingle? I don't think
no,
that's
just
it.
like in general, like they're from our house to yours, or there's
Yeah.
is that it?
Yeah.
From our homes, from our family to yours.
Yeah.
All of the above.
All of it. It all
right.
works. It's all good. It was giving like Folgers. The Folgers in your cup. You know the coffee?
No, I don't know that jingle, but
You don't
that
know.
one's deep in
The
my...
best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
No, I don't know
Do
this
you know
jingle.
that
I know that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jess?
Is
Okay.
this from the 90s?
Yeah, 2000s.
2000s. Like radio commercial? I feel
No,
like
like
Commercial.
TV.
They would like
Yeah.
pour. Yes, girl.
no.
Damn.
The only thing that lives is
O'Reilly's
O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Bow!
You know what
Exactly.
other one lives in my head?
What?
I have a structured settlement, but I need
cash now. Call JJ Wentworth. 877 cash now. Yeah.
And maybe it's the jingles that did it. See, and Folgers did give us a song, but I just didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope those people got paid so much because the way none of us would know how to call JG Wentworth.
Ever.
No.
I'm dying to know. Please comment below if you have one of those jingle things.
Yes.
Which is yours? Which
Yes.
is your Roman Empire jingle?
Yes. I also have the going back to college.
Getting my degree online,
Yes.
something on my own
Yes.
time.
For free.
Yes.
College
Get
connection.
For free. An education connection. Get
Yes.
connected for free.
Yes.
And I remember specifically she was like dressed as a waitress and she's like holding
Yeah.
the ketchup bottle and
I need something online because I got something on my own time.
Yes.
Totally.
I hope she's well. I hope
I
she's
know.
well.
I'm
And getting
thinking
paid
about
well.
you.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What's the other one? This is like so tangent vibes. We need to get out of here. But the one where it's like, it's my money and I need it now.
yes.
That's also stuck in
Or
my
what
head.
was the military guy that the
For
For
great
low
road credit,
rate,
you can get online, go
to
for
the
it,
general,
and save some
time. Yes. God, they got us so good.
They got us good.
This would not happen if we were not forced to watch TV and all the commercials.
Oh, the
Yeah.
commercials, yeah.
because now
totally.
my earworms are just like referencing a TikTok or
Yeah.
like a
Right.
Vine.
Like
I'm
Grace doesn't
Right.
watch commercials ever.
She'll
Right.
never know.
She
Yeah.
won't, which is amazing because
Good for her.
I know it's better. If
It's
not.
better. It's
Well,
better.
that's like, I think I told you guys this. When I was growing up, my parents only let us watch PBS, and I thought it was because, like, you know, there's scary content out there. And it wasn't until I got older that my dad was like, no, I didn't want advertisements being aimed
yes.
at children. Like, I didn't want you guys
Right.
being advertised to. And because it's public broadcasting, they don't do ads except for, like, the library.
Right.
Good.
So like,
Right.
And you know what? Go get your library card.
Yeah.
Because do you know how much you can do with that library card?
and having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card.
Hey.
I was such an Arthur kid.
I liked Arthur too. I watched all of it. I was doing PBS. I was doing Nickelodeon. Like I was surfing the channels.
Loved Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur was a good one.
PBS, good one.
Arthur was also like very like diverse and open.
Dude, the way, I don't know how I got an Arthur TikTok, but like it's so funny because it'll be like these black creators being like, let me tell you which characters in Arthur are black. Almost all of them. Except Muffy or Buffy or whatever. They were like, she's white.
Yeah.
They're like, even the intro, they're like, it feels just like, hey,
they were like, this is an African beat. Like,
Yeah,
what
they're
are
like,
we
this is
doing?
definitely
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
isn't it sung by Bob Marley? Or one of like
His
or one of
brother
the
or his
Marleys.
son? Yeah, one of the Marleys.
Yeah. So there you go.
yeah.
And they were
What
like,
a
oh yeah,
wonderful
Buster, he's
kind
white
of
too, but he
day.
can come to the cookout. I
Yeah.
was like, right. I was like, yeah.
And Mr. Ratburn is gay,
Right.
Love that for him.
Love that for him.
which I think got them
King.
boycotted by like so many, annoying parental
boo.
groups. Which honestly, you're doing something right.
Facts. T. You're so T.
If the like a million moms isn't boycotting you, then you maybe need to
you maybe need to rethink your marketing. We hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you're doing any shopping, any last minute shopping, small business shopping, do that right now. Check out the links below. We'll have everything we talked about linked. We hope you enjoyed this episode and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.